Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah? What's your question?
The question is there a real God?
Is there a real God? The question is there a real God?
Yeah.
That's your question? Let me get Psalm 14. Oh, wait, okay, now, that's a, okay, yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Yeah, come.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 53,
This is for you, my man.
verse 1. The fool hath said in his heart.
Let's say that again. The who?
The fool hath said in his heart, there is no God.
A fool says in his heart, but there is no God. Right? So there is a God.
Oh.
Right? And let me ask you, give me Job 38. Give me Job 38. Because we can't deny what we see around us. Right? There's certain things that take place. That sun comes up on the same side every day, doesn't it? Right? That rain comes down and waters the ground, doesn't it? Doesn't plants come up and it makes beautiful fruits and stuff? How did that go down? You think we believe in the Big Bang? Right, no Big Bang, right? Read this.
This is the book of Job,
Chapter 38, verse 1. 38. Yeah. Let's see what the Most High God says about if he exists and what he's about. All praise to the Most High God.
This is the book of Job, chapter 38, verse 1. This is Job, chapter 38, verse 2.
Bring it up.
Who is this that darkeneth counsel by words without knowledge?
So the Most High God said, anyone who questions him, they have no knowledge, and they're darkening the conversation. Read on.
Gird up now thy loins like a man,
You're a man. He says, gird up your loins like a man.
for I will demand of thee an answer thou.
Right, so the Most High God said he's going to demand an answer of you. So now he's going to ask you a question. All right?
Verse 4. Where wast thou when I laid the foundations of the earth?
So the Most High God says, where were you at when he laid the foundations of the earth? Right?
If thou hast understanding, who have laid the measures thereof?
Who laid the measures thereof?
If thou knowest,
If you know. No? Nothing, right? That's right.
or who hath stretched the line upon it?
Right? Who stretched the line of the horizon? Who did it, right?
Whereupon are the foundations thereof fastened?
Right?
Or who laid the cornerstone thereof?
Uh-huh. Who did all that, right? Who did all that, right?
When the morning stars sang together, and all the sons of God shout for joy.
Right.
Or who shut up the sea with doors
Right.
when it brake forth as it had issue?
Right? Well, who could stop the sea from flooding into the city like that? Who could stop even what we call nature from destroying us? Right? That's the Most High God. So yes, he exists. And his name means that he exists. Exactly. So let me tell you, there's a coming day of judgment coming. What's your nationality?
Italian.
You're Italian? So your father's Italian? Italiano? Okay. So so what's your name? What's your name?
Mike. But the thing is,
Mike the Italiano.
But the thing is, I believe and I cherish people. I'm not afraid of you guys.
All right.
That's what I'm trying to say.
You know, well, I understand what you're saying, because most people, they are afraid of us.
Yeah.
We read the Bible.
But the thing is,
Are you afraid of us as black men?
No.
You mean as Israelites up here?
Right.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought you meant. That's what I thought you meant.
Because
I know, you will never know.
I'm trying to say that you can't live into a shell. You
Right.
can't live into a rock.
Right.
You gotta absorb the world.
All right, shalom.
Observe the nature
Right.
and see what's going on
Right.
and not be afraid of what you see.
Okay. So you know what? You're not afraid of what you might see in this crazy book. So you know what? I might break something down for you. Let me break something down for you really quick. Okay? You are an Italian, right? Back in the day, they would have said you were a Roman, right? A Roman, right? So let me break something down. Give me Daniel 2. Give me Daniel 2, and give me verse 40. I want to get to the third beast. The third beast in the dream. Daniel 2, so it's the man, the prophecy. Let me show you this. The Bible predicted every kingdom that will rule the earth, right? One of those kingdoms was Rome, right? Rome did rule the earth at one point, right? They were the power of the earth at one point. The Romans, right? So, according to, matter of fact, start at verse 38. Start at verse 38. Start at verse 38. Let me read you something. This is Bible prophecy. And this is actually telling the future and the past and the present. Now, even the scholars, the historians, they all study this book because it matches history up to a T, even though it was written hundreds of years before any of this took place. This is the book of Daniel. Read this.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 2, verse 38.
Okay, wait. Yeah, go ahead.
And wheresoever the children of men dwell, the beasts of the field and the fowls of the heaven hath he given into thine hand.
He's talking to Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon. Babylon ruled the world at one point, right? He had a dream, and he's asking Daniel to interpret that dream. So Daniel's interpreting the dream right now.
And have made thee ruler over them all.
Right.
Thou art this head of gold.
It was a statue he saw. It was a statue. The head was gold, the shoulders were silver, the torso was bronze, and the legs were iron, and the toes were iron and clay, right? He's going to explain what it means.
Verse 39. And after thee shall arise another kingdom inferior to thee,
Right.
and another third kingdom.
Okay, so the inferior kingdom was the silver kingdom. So Babylon was considered gold. That's the head of gold. The second kingdom was the Persians, the Persian Medes. They ruled the earth next. They consider that silver. It's a little bit less valuable metal, right? And then the next kingdom.
And another third kingdom of brass.
Brass, that's the Greeks, right? That's the Greeks. A little bit less valuable than silver. Riches and even more valuable, less valuable than the gold, right?
Which shall bear rule over all the earth.
And they bear rule over all the earth. Didn't Babylon rule the earth? Didn't the Persians rule the earth? Didn't the Greeks rule the earth at one point?
Verse 40. And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron.
This is the Romans, strong as iron.
For as much as iron breaketh in pieces,
Right.
and subdueth all things.
So iron is very strong. It's not as valuable as gold. Gold, you can mold it and make a shape out of it. Iron is kind of hard. It's more vicious, but it's not as valuable. You see where we're going with this? Read on.
And as iron that breaketh all these, shall it break in pieces and bruise.
And the Romans were very harsh rulers. Very harsh rulers, right? Right? Can you do me a favor? Give me 2nd Esdras. 2nd Esdras 11. Because let's see how the Romans were. Because you know what we're in right now? This is what we call the revised Roman Empire. See, after the Romans, after those iron legs, the next thing was feet of clay and iron. That's the revised Roman Empire. So it's partly iron, but it has clay in it, so it's even less valuable, right? So that's America, right? So when you look at your dollar bill and it says e pluribus unum, that means what? Out of many come one. Just like they wanted to do in Babel, just like they want to do in Greece, they want to take everybody and make them the same, right? So, but what language is that? That's Latin, right? That's Latin, and that language comes from where? From Rome. We are the revised Roman Empire. That Super Bowl we just watched is just like the Roman Colosseum. And don't you know what they used to do is bring out the Roman Colosseum just when the people were getting upset with the government, just when the people had had enough of the wicked oppression of the government. They brought out a show in the Colosseum. Gladiators, right? The same thing they do last week. It's called the Super Bowl. It's a distraction from what's really going on.
It's almost like this
11 and 30, 39, I think.
And Salakia. And they called it bread and circus. They called it bread and circus.
In the Colosseum, right? In the Colosseum. So, but it's the same distraction. As soon as our people start to wake up and realize what's going on, they want to distract us. So this is how the Romans ruled right here. 39, I think. Right.
This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 11, verse 39.
It's talking about these same, prophesying these same beasts and that same statue in Daniel. This is the prophet Ezra.
Art not thou it that remains of the four beasts,
Right? This is the remains of the fourth beast, right?
whom I made reign in my world,
Right?
that the end of their times might come through them?
Right? The end of the times come through these kingdoms, right?
And the fourth came and overcame all the beasts that were past.
The fourth came. That was Rome. And they overcame all the beasts that were before them, right?
And had power over the world with great fearfulness.
Didn't Rome have that? That's right.
And over the compass of the earth with much wicked oppression.
With much what?
With much wicked oppression.
Much wicked oppression. Right? We don't.
And so long time dwelt he upon the earth with deceit.
With deceit. We're talking about wicked oppression. We're talking about deceit. Right? We don't.
Verse 41. For the earth hast thou not judged with truth.
Right. They didn't rule the earth with truth. They ruled it with deceit and wicked oppression.
Verse 42. For thou hast afflicted the meek.
Right? They afflicted the meek, the soft people. They murder my people in the streets, and you know my people want to go sing a song and beg for equality.
Yeah.
How many nations do you think if they gunned them down in the street, they would just beg for equality? They probably fight for equality.
Yeah.
But our people, according to the Bible, Israel is the meek of the earth. We're the meek people. Right? Not weak, but meek. Right? So we're the people that say, oh, we shall overcome. We're doing that when we really should be swinging or something, right? We don't.
For thou hast afflicted the meek, thou hast hurt the peaceable, thou hast loved liars, and destroyed the dwellings of them that brought forth fruit, and hast cast down the walls of such as did thee no harm.
People did you no harm, and these people still came and destroyed the Native Americans, right? Look at this picture. Look at this picture right here. Look at this picture. This guy right here, he has a name. He has a name. This took place in Omaha, Nebraska in 1928.
Oh my God, torturing him?
They're burning him alive. And he was innocent.
What do you
He was innocent. He did nothing wrong. But this is what they call a lynch mob. But look at them all kind of taking a selfie there, right? It said they hurt people that did them no wrong. Let me get Lamentations 4:21. One more for my guy from Rome, right? Because let me tell you something. This does not go unpunished. The Most High God says that he punishes the children for what their parents do.
The weak. I said the weak.
Right. Well, he punishes people, the children, for what their parents do. So the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, that's why this stuff happened to us, because we made a covenant with him after we passed through the Red Sea. We're the Israelites. We passed through the Red Sea with Moses out of Egypt, and we made a covenant with the Most High God, and that we said we would follow his commandments. But we didn't do it, and he said, if you don't do it, I'm going to punish you. So he's punishing us right now. That's why we're all in the projects. That's why we're getting gunned down by police. That's why everyone else owns a business in our neighborhood except us.
You have a battle.
We have to get right with our God. We got to do right by the Most High God.
You got to fight.
Right, we got to fight through this wicked oppression to come back to who we truly are.
Yeah.
The people who follow God's laws. Right? But we getting judged now. Everyone else in the world, they're going to get judged later. Let's read this.
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 1.
Bring it out.
Verse 21.
Oh, verse 21. This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 21.
Bring it up.
Rejoice and be glad,
The Most High God says, hey, rejoice. Rejoice and be glad.
O daughter of Edom.
Edom, that's where you descend from in the Bible. Esau. You're a Hebrew, actually. You're a Hebrew Edomite. You descend from the Hebrews, Edom, right? We don't.
That dwelleth in the land of Uz. Also shall pass through unto thee.
The cup will pass unto you. The cup is that same cup we have to drink, of being on the bottom and being oppressed and being done dirty by life. So that same cup that we had to drink, all these other nations are going to have to drink it.
Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked.
Give me Isaiah 14:21. It said it'll make you naked, but not like getting in the shower naked.
Yeah.
It means like exposed. So it's like we're all being judged as nations. God doesn't, he can judge us individually, but he can judge us as nations. So we're being judged as a nation. That's why we all went into slave ships, because we were being judged as a nation. So now all the other nations that oppressed us and made money off of us and lived deliciously off of us, because Babylon ruled, we were slaves there. The Persians ruled, we were slaves there. The Greeks ruled, we were slaves there. The Romans ruled, we were slaves there. Every nation that rules and that's on top of the world has the Israelites, the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans as its bottom feeders. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
And so did America, right? Isn't that how America was built? Right? So, go ahead, read this.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 21.
Bring it out.
Prepare slaughter.
Oh, the Most High God said, prepare slaughter. WWF, they used to have this guy called Sergeant Slaughter.
Oh, yeah.
Right? You know what slaughter means?
Yeah.
What does slaughter mean?
That means just killing you.
Okay, right, like kill you, right.
Prepare slaughter.
That's right.
For his children.
Right.
For the iniquity of their fathers.
Right. Ishmael got to go on that one. Ishmael had enough. So prepare slaughter for the children for the iniquities of their fathers. So there's going to come a time. Let me just give you this all in a nutshell. God is going to come down.
I hope so.
I hope so too. And when he does, he's going to put the Israelites back on top. Right? And all the other nations, they're either going to serve. Give me Isaiah 60 and 12. Isaiah 60 and 12. Just like, you know who built the White House? Slaves.
Oh, the slaves.
Slaves built the White House. We built the White House and never lived a day in there, right? And even when Obama is in there, because he's not our people. He's not our people. He's what you call a Hamite. We're from Shem.
Oh, I thought Obama was...
No, Obama was what you call I would not say African, because we all come from that continent of Africa. He's a Hamite.
Oh, okay.
We are Shemites. You know, I say anti-Semitic. You're a Shemite too, actually. You know, we're all Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Shalom, mighty King.
Shalom.
Right? Read this.
Isaiah 60. Come. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 60, verse 12.
This is the kingdom of heaven right here.
For our transgressions are multiplied before thee, and our sins.
Isaiah 60 and 12. Is that Isaiah 60? No, that's Isaiah 59. That's all right. This is the future. Now, what it's going to say, go ahead, give me 10.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 60, verse 10.
This is prophecy. It's going to happen.
We grope for the Salaki. We grope for the wall like the blind. And we
Isaiah 60. Isaiah 60. Yeah, 60 and 10. Build up the wall. Yeah, your app is true.
60. We grope for. Why is it skipping?
All right.
Oh, here it is. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 60, verse 12.
Bring it out.
For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee.
Verse 10.
Shalakia. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 60, verse 10. And the sons of strangers,
That's your people.
shall build up thy walls.
So you're going to build up Jerusalem, the new Jerusalem. All the other nations, not just so-called white people or Romans, but East Indians, Asians, so-called Africans. They're all going to build up the walls of the new Jerusalem.
And their kings shall minister unto thee.
And they're going to come and serve us, right? Give me verse 12 now.
God. This is Isaiah 60 and 12. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee.
The nation that will not serve us, the nation that says, I'm not going to serve those guys,
Shall perish.
shall do what?
Shall perish.
So, according to the Bible, all the nations are going to serve us. We've been on the bottom for all these years. The Most High God, didn't he say the meek shall inherit the earth? We're going to inherit the earth, and everyone's going to have to serve us. So, if you have a problem with that, you can. But if not, you can just serve us, and we won't be wicked. We're not going to have pedophiles and child molesters and that kind of stuff when we rule. Right? So that's the future.
Thank you.
That's right. Hey, Mike the Roman. Right on. Mike the Roman. Mike the Roman. You have a good one. Like I said, rejoice and be glad right now. Enjoy yourself while you can.
Okay.
All right. Mike the Roman. Yawasap Shabrakatah.
Mike
All
the
person
Roman.
Most High, mighty King. I'm proud of you, brother.
Mike the Roman just roaming the streets.